Hello and welcome everyone. This is Mohammad Inzamam from Saimedha Ecet Coaching Center, Koti, Hyderabad. Saimedha Koti, Hyderabad is providing free of cost YouTube video lectures for previous Ecet examination questions from the effective faculties of Saimedha Koti, Hyderabad. My dear students, in these video lectures every single day for all the branches EC, EEE, Mechanical, Civil and Computers. For all the branches every single day we are updating PYQs, previous Ecet examination questions. So what are you waiting for, guys? Subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to be notified for the further more updates. Daily update చేస్తున్నాం. My dear students, in the era of where people are making everything as a business, Saimedha Koti Hyderabad is giving the coaching for online Ecet 2024-2025, offline Ecet 2024-2025 కి మనం కోచింగ్ అనేది న్యూ అడ్మిషన్ న్యూ బ్యాచెస్ అనేది ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయినాయి. ఈ రోజుల్లో where 10th class admissions are going to be for month, effective faculties లో home tuitions కూడా పర్ మంత్ ఎవరైనా సరే 1000 రూపీస్ కంటే తక్కువ అంటే ఛార్జ్ చేయడం చాలా కష్టం. ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీస్, రెప్యూటెడ్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్ లో రెప్యూటెడ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ ఉన్న ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్ తో మీరు 10th క్లాస్ హోమ్ ట్యూషన్స్ తీసుకోవాలన్నా సరే పర్ మంత్ దే విల్ బి డెఫినెట్లీ ఛార్జింగ్ మినిమం 1000 రూపీస్. అలాంటిది in and around for 1 year you will be getting a payment of around how much? 12,000. For SSC home tuition itself, if you are paying 12,000, guys, Saimedha Koti Hyderabad is providing 1.5 year coaching, 2 years coaching, 3 years coaching. Saimedha Koti Hyderabad lo coaching anedi first year diploma నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయినాయి, సెకండ్ ఇయర్ డిప్లొమా స్టూడెంట్స్ కి స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది, థర్డ్ ఇయర్ డిప్లొమా స్టూడెంట్స్ కి స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది. 3 years కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది, 2 years కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది, 1 year కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది. అలాంటిది టోటల్ కోర్సెస్ కూడా ఎప్పుడు మన దగ్గర ఫీజు అనేది 10,000 దాటలేదు. అందులో కూడా మళ్ళీ మెరిట్ పెట్టి పర్సెంటేజెస్ వైజ్ కన్సెషన్స్ పెట్టి ఎకనామికల్లీ బ్యాక్వర్డ్ ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో వాళ్ళని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో మినిమం ఫీజెస్ తో మాక్సిమం కన్సెషన్స్ తో సాయిమేధ కోటి హైదరాబాద్ ఈస్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ కోచింగ్. రిజల్ట్స్ విషయానికి వస్తే యు నో ఇట్ గైస్, ఎవ్రీ సింగిల్ ఇయర్ టాప్ 5 బ్రాంచెస్ లో స్టేట్ ఫస్ట్ ర్యాంక్స్ తో పాటుగా మాక్సిమం ర్యాంక్స్ వాస్ సెక్యూర్డ్ బై సాయిమేధ కోటి హైదరాబాద్ ఓన్లీ. So my dear students, what are you waiting for? Ecet 2024, Ecet 2025, Ecet 2026 coaching has been started in the Saimedha Koti Hyderabad. Effective coaching ఎక్కడైనా ఉంది, మనకు ఎక్స్పర్టైజ్డ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీస్ నుంచి ఎక్కడైనా కోచింగ్ ఉంది, డిజిటల్లీ రికార్డెడ్ వీడియో క్లాసెస్ ఒక సిస్టమాటిక్ ప్యాటర్న్ లో కోచింగ్ వీఆర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ బోత్ ఆన్లైన్ అండ్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ఆఫ్లైన్. సో వాట్ ఆర్ యూ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్, గైస్? Download the app saimedha.in and press the bell icon to be notified for the every updates. Every single day we are going to be updating in the YouTube channel. Subscribe the channel, press the bell icon to be notified, download the app saimedha.in and scrolling on the mobile numbers ki contact journey and join now in Saimedha Koti Hyderabad. At the end of the video I'll come back one more time for some more information. Till then, guys, watch the video now. Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Inatullah from the Saimedha Coaching Center, Koti, Hyderabad. So in this video lectures we are going to cover all the previous year questions of the Ecet examination, okay, of the engineering mechanics. Actually in engineering mechanics we are having the 2 chapters. First chapter we are covering it as forces and moments, and the second chapter we are taking it as a centroid and a moment of inertia, okay. So first in this video lectures we are going to cover all the previous Ecet questions of the topic forces and moments, okay. Then later on in the next videos we are going to cover the previous Ecet questions of the centroid and moment of inertia. So first we will starting with what? Forces and moments. All the questions, all the Ecet questions we are going to cover till now, whatever the Ecet questions was asked from this topic, okay. Now let us see the first question over here. The force system acting on a tripod carrying camera is, okay, we are having the 4 options over here: non-coplanar parallel force system, coplanar parallel force system, non-coplanar concurrent force system, coplanar concurrent force system, okay. So for identifying the correct option over here, first we should know what are the different types of forces we are having over here, okay. So whenever we are going with the system of forces, actually suppose if you are taking system of forces, system of forces means actually we are having the 2 types. First we are taking it as coplanar, what we are taking? Coplanar, and the second we are taking it as non-coplanar. Now what is the meaning of coplanar and non-coplanar? Coplanar means what we are taking over here, whenever all the forces are lying on the same plane, whenever all the forces are acting on the same plane, only on the one plane, then we are calling it as what? A coplanar, okay. Suppose let us take one simple example over here, okay. Some 3 planes we are taking over here. So now whenever all the forces, whatever it may be, in any direction, whenever all the forces are acting on a single plane, then we are calling it as what? A coplanar.
Now similarly, what is the meaning of non-coplanar over here? Non-coplanar means, suppose we are taking again some example over here. Now whenever the forces are acting in different planes, okay, whenever the forces are acting in some different planes, either it is 2 planes, some 3 planes, in different planes, if it is acting means, then that forces we are calling it as what? A non-coplanar. Okay, coplanar we have taken, non-coplanar we have taken. Now in this coplanar again we are having some number of forces over here. Okay, now listen carefully. So let us go with the first type over here. First type we are taking it as collinear. What we are taking? Collinear we have taken, and the second is parallel. We have taken, and the third one, okay, third one we are taking it as a concurrent. Okay, concurrent, like this we have taken over here. Now first let us discuss about collinear. What is the meaning of collinear we are having? So if you are discussing about collinear means whenever we are having all the forces in the single line, itself, whenever we are having the number of forces on a single line itself, we are calling this line as actually line of action. So for all these forces, whenever we are having the same line of action, only one line of action, then that forces we are calling it as what? A collinear. Okay, so we have taken this example, this one, all these are the forces. So for all these forces we are having the same line of action, then that forces we are calling it as what? A collinear. Okay, now what we have taken? Parallel force. What is the meaning of parallel force over here? Parallel means we are taking it as, suppose this is one force we are having and this is another force we are having over here. Okay, so for this force we are having this line is line of action and this is also line of action. Okay, this part is a line of action. Now if you are seeing these two forces over here, this lines of action of these two forces are parallel to each other. Whenever the line of action of the forces are parallel to each other, then we are calling it as what? A parallel forces. Okay, so these are the parallel forces, but in this case we are having two types over here. First we are calling it as a like parallel, and second we are calling it as a unlike parallel. Like parallel and unlike parallel. Now what is the meaning of like parallel? So whenever we are having the lines of action in the same direction, either in the upward direction or downward direction, whatever it may be, but all the forces should be parallel and in the same direction, then we are calling it as what? A like parallel. Now similarly unlike parallel means what we are taking? Suppose we are having the lines of action in parallel to each other but in different direction, one is upward, one is downward, like this. Whenever we are having some different directions, then we are calling it as what? A unlike parallel. Okay, this part we have taken over here. Now what is the meaning of concurrent? What is the meaning of what? A concurrent. Now listen carefully. Concurrent means, suppose whenever we are having some number of forces, okay, this part we have taken, this force we have taken, this force we have taken, this force we have taken, some number of forces we have taken over here. So whenever we are taking that number of forces, now what we have to check means, do we have any common point for all these forces? Do we have any common point for all these forces? If we are having the common point, if we are having the intersection point for all the forces, then we are calling it as what? A concurrent forces. Okay, now similarly, suppose if you are not having this part, like lines of actions, if you are taking the lines of action also, if that line of actions it is having some intersection point, some common point, then that forces we are calling it as what? A concurrent forces. Okay, now in this actually what is given over here? Tripod carrying camera. Tripod carrying camera means, let us take the rough diagram of this part. Suppose this is a camera we have taken over here, and tripod carrying camera means these are the legs we have taken over here. Okay, like this we have taken. So if you have taken like this, now what is happening? Tripod carrying camera means, this whatever the legs we are having over here, it is actually representing some different planes. This is one plane we have taken, this is one plane we have taken, this is one plane we are having. So whenever we are having the forces in different planes, whenever we are considering different planes, then what we are calling actually, we are calling it as a non-coplanar. If all the forces are acting in the one plane itself, then we are calling it as what? A coplanar. So as we are having some different planes over here, then different planes means what we have to say? We have to say it as a non-coplanar. Okay, so we have taken non-coplanar. But all these parts, these legs are having the same point, common point we are having. So whenever we are having the common point, just now what we have discussed, we are calling it as concurrent. So this part, it will become what? Non-coplanar. This part is correct, but non-coplanar, but what we are having over here? Concurrent. Okay, so this is the example of what? A tripod carrying camera. Now let us see the option what we are having over here. Which option is correct? So non-coplanar parallel force systems, we are not having any parallel part over here. Coplanar, again parallel is given, again second option is wrong. Non-coplanar concurrent force system, coplanar concurrent force system. Okay, so this is two confusing options we are having. So as we are having different planes over here, we are going with a non-coplanar concurrent force system. So option 3 is correct. Okay, now let us go with the next question. Let us go with the next question. The angle between two forces to make the resultant a minimum and a maximum respectively are. Okay, angle between the two forces. First let us take this part over here, listen here carefully. Suppose what we are taking, as we know parallelogram law of forces, according to, means whenever we want to find out a resultant of, whenever we are finding what? Resultant of two coplanar concurrent forces. So whenever we are finding that part, we are having a parallelogram law of forces, we are having triangular law of forces. So according to parallelogram, whenever we are taking this part, parallelogram law of forces, according to this, what we are doing now? According to this, we are having the formula. R is equals to, resultant formula we are having, R is equals to under root p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta, 2pq cos theta. Now next one more formula we are having it as alpha, it is equals to tan inverse of, we are taking this part as q sin theta divided by p plus q cos theta. Okay, so these are the two formulae we are having whenever we want to find out the magnitude and direction of the resultant. This is magnitude of the resultant, this is direction of the resultant we are having. So whenever we want to find out magnitude and direction of the resultant, so we have to use this two formulae now. Now what is given over the angle between two forces to make their resultant? Actually we have discussed the cases in the videos actually. Okay, in the video lectures we are having the cases over here. Let us take this case. So if you are taking case number 1, whenever we are taking case number 1 means theta it is equals to 0 degree. If you are taking theta is equal to 0 degree and we are substituting over here, then what is happening now? What is happening now? Let us substitute this part. R is equals to under root p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 0. If you have taken cos 0 over here. Okay. Now what is happening? R is equals to under root p square plus q square plus cos 0 means value what we are having 1, cos 0 value means 1 means what is left over here 2pq, which is equals to under root p square plus q square plus 2pq means it is looking like which formula? A square plus b square plus 2ab. A square plus b square plus 2ab means what is the formula we are having? A plus b whole square. A plus b whole square means p plus q whole square. The square root gets cancelled. So R it is equals to p plus q. Okay, so whenever we are taking theta is equal to 0, we are getting R is equals to p plus q. If you are having p plus q means p is one force we have taken, q is another force we have taken. So if you are adding the two forces, what we are getting the value? Maximum value we are getting, maximum resultant we are getting. Okay, so let us assume this part as this is maximum. We are getting this part as maximum. Now let us take a case number 2. Case number 2 means now what we are taking over here, theta is equals to 180 degrees. Okay, we can take 90 degrees, 180 degrees, all that values we can take, but already in the video lectures this part is completed over here. We have taken case 1 is equals to theta is equal to 0, case 2 is equals to theta is equals to 180. So let us substitute this part now. R is equals to under root p square plus q square. Now next what we are taking over here plus 2pq into cos 180. Okay, cos 180, like this we have taken. Now R is equals to under root, now what we are getting, p square plus q square 2pq we have taken cos 180 value. Cos 180 is equals to what? Minus 1. Okay, if you are getting minus 1 over there, so what we are getting the answer? Minus 2pq, which is equals to under root p square plus q square minus 2pq. It is looking like which formula? A square plus b square minus 2ab. A square plus b square minus 2ab means what? A minus b whole square. Okay, square root gets cancelled, then r it is equals to p minus q. Okay, so one was this answer we are getting, r is equals to p plus q, and another answer is r is equals to p minus q. So p plus q, whenever we are adding the forces, we are assuming that we are getting the maximum value. Whenever we are subtracting the forces, if you are subtracting means what we are getting over here? Minimum value, maximum value and minimum. So maximum resultant, minimum resultant. Okay, now let us see the question over here, what we are having. The angle between the two forces to make the resultant, means resultant, it is becoming minimum and maximum respectively. We have to find out that angles. Okay, we have to find out that angle. So first is given as minimum. So when the resultant is becoming minimum over here, the resultant is becoming minimum at 180 degrees. Okay, so we have tried minimum when we are getting 180 degrees, and when the resultant is becoming maximum over here, maximum means it is becoming at theta is equals to 0 degrees. Okay, so which option will be correct over here? 0, 90, 180, 90, 90, 180, 180 and 0. So 180 and 0 means a fourth option. Fourth option is correct. Now let us see the next question. The statement that algebraic sum of the moments taken about any point in the plane of forces is 0. Sum of the moments is 0 is known as. Okay, it is very simple, directly theoretical question we are having over here. Law of polygon of forces, Lami's theorem, Newton's laws of forces, or law of moments. Okay, so actually this question it is coming from moments. Actually in the moments we are having law of moments as well as we are having Varignon's theorem. So according to law of moments, what we are having means algebraic sum of the moments it is equals to 0, or else in the simple words what we can take over here, whenever we are dividing into clockwise movements and anti-clockwise movements, so law of moments, what is the meaning of law of moments over here? Either we can write algebraic sum of the moments it is equals to 0, or else we are writing it as clockwise movements it is equals to anti-clockwise movements. Okay, we can write this part. Okay, so what we are writing over here, either we can write algebraic sum of the moments, algebraic sum of the moments it is equals to 0. All this about any point in the plane of the forces is 0. Either we can take this part, or else we are taking this one as a clockwise. Clockwise movements it is equals to anti-clockwise moments. Okay, clockwise moments it is equals to anti-clockwise moments, either this condition or this condition, both are same. So this law we are calling it as a law of moments. Okay, what a law of moments. Okay, this part is completed. So which option will be correct now? Law of polygon of forces, Lami's theorem, Newton's laws of forces, or as law of moments means option 4 is correct. Now next question, the force that cancels the effect of the force systems acting on the body is known as. Now first we are having it as resultant, equilibrant, neutral force, or balancing force. Okay, now the force that cancels the effect of the force systems. Now listen carefully. Suppose we are taking one body over here, we are taking one body. Now what is the meaning of equilibrium actually? If you know the meaning of equilibrium, then this question will become very simple over here. What is the meaning of equilibrium means algebraic sum of all the forces should be 0. Okay, so whenever we are taking all the forces it is equals to 0. Now what is happening, listen here carefully. Suppose we have taken some two forces. This is one force we have taken, this is another force, this is another force we have taken over here. So all these are the forces. Okay, now if we want to find out the resultant for these forces, if you are finding what a resultant for the forces, what we will do, we are adding all these three forces, we are getting the what a resultant. Okay, but what is given in the question? The force that cancels the effect of the force system. For all these three forces, it is cancelling the effect. Means now the force, it is becoming what? Zero. The body is coming in equilibrium over here. So now what we are doing over here, we are having one opposite force over here. What we are taking means we are taking one of the force as opposite force. Suppose this 1, 2, 3 we have taken. The sum of all these three forces, it is equals to what? Resultant. So the one force which is equal to resultant but in opposite direction. What we are having? Which is equal to the magnitude of the resultant but in opposite direction. So with the help of this only one force, what is happening now? The sum of all the forces, it is becoming zero. So whenever with the help of only single force, when this sum of all the forces, it is becoming zero, this single force we are calling it as a equilibrant. What we are calling? Equilibrant. Okay, so this part we have taken. So what we have taken? Sum of three forces is equals to resultant. So whenever we are taking, now we want to bring this body in equilibrium. How we can make this body in equilibrium means we are taking one force we have taken which is equal in magnitude of the resultant but in opposite direction. If it is in opposite direction, what will happen? This magnitude, that magnitude both gets cancelled. Answer will become what? Zero. Zero means sum of all the forces equals to zero, means equilibrium condition. So whenever we are having the force that cancels the effect of the force system acting on the body is known as equilibrant. Okay, equilibrant means option 2 is correct. Again, the angle between the two forces to make the resultant minimum and maximum respectively are, again same question has been asked over here, 0, 90, 180, 90, 90, 180, 180 and 0 degrees. Okay, so just now we have taken this question over here. What we are getting now? What we are getting? Minimum, maximum. Minimum means 180, maximum means what? 0. So over here also what we are taking? Minimum means what? 180 and maximum means what? 0. So 180 and 0 means option 4 is correct. Now next question, the force system acting on a tripod carrying camera. Again same repeated question has been asked over here. The first question what we have taken, this part. The force system acting tripod carrying camera is what? A non-coplanar concurrent force system. Non-coplanar concurrent force system. So option 3 is correct. Okay, option 3. Next, the force which meet at one point and the lines of action also lie in the same plane are known as. Now listen carefully. The force which meet at one point means the forces, whatever the forces we are having, number of forces we are having, if this number of forces are meeting at one point, single point, then we are calling it as what? A concurrent. Okay, up to this we are having it as a concurrent. Now their lines of action also lie on the same plane. If you are having the same plane, then we are calling it as what? A coplanar. Means this is concurrent we have taken. This was concurrent. Now same plane means what? A coplanar. Different planes means what? A non-coplanar. Okay. So let us see this one, what we are having now. Coplanar concurrent forces, coplanar non-concurrent forces, like parallel forces, unlike parallel forces. Means we are going with a coplanar, means lying on the same plane. Concurrent means it is having the one point, meeting at one point, means a first option. Okay, coplanar concurrent forces, this first option is correct. Now next part, resolve the force 100 newtons into rectangular components Fx and Fy. Okay, now listen carefully, this is very simple over here. So 100 Newton force is given, we have to find out the rectangle, means we have to resolve into rectangular component. So whenever we are trying to resolve this force into rectangular component means one we are taking it as a horizontal component and the another we are taking it as what? A vertical component. So if you are taking horizontal and vertical, now what we'll do means actually we'll write this horizontal. Suppose we are having the theta over here, theta with horizontal, so we are taking this part as F cos theta and this part we are taking it as a F sin theta. Okay, we'll be taking like this over here. So F means we are having 100. F means we are having 100 over here, but theta value is not given. What is not given? Theta value is not given over here. Okay, now listen carefully. So if theta value is not given, what we are doing, listen here. So instead of theta, something else is given over here, 6 and 8. Okay, this part is given, like this is given. So if you are taking theta over here, so tan theta, opposite by adjacent. Opposite by adjacent means what? Tan theta, it is equals to 6 by 8. tan formula, opposite by adjacent we have taken. Now if you are cancelling this part, 2 3s are 2 4s are, means we are getting the answer as 3 by 4. But 3 by 4 means we can't find out the tan angle actually. Theta is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4 means we are not having that value. So better to keep this 3 by 4 as it is. Okay. Now what we are taking over here, let us take one triangle. Okay. We have taken one triangle over here. Now if you are taking the theta, this part is theta we have taken. If you are taking theta means what we are having over here, tan formula means 3 by 4. 3 by 4 means the opposite by adjacent. 3 by 4 we have taken like this. Okay. Now we have to find out this hypotenuse side. If you want to hypotenuse by using the Pythagoras theorem, what we can write, suppose this is x we have taken. Okay. So if you are taking x over here, hypotenuse square, it is equals to opposite square plus adjacent square. Okay, like this we have taken by using the Pythagoras theorem. So x square, it is equals to 3 square 9 plus 16. X is equals to 16 plus 9 means 25. Root 25, it is square we are sending over the root. Root 25 is equals to 5. Okay, means this side we are getting it as what? 5. 3, 4, 5. That part is completed. So if tan theta is equals to 3 by 4, what we want actually, cos theta, sin theta we want. Let us calculate that part. So if you are calculating sin theta, so sin theta, it is equals to, what is the sin formula we are having? Opposite by hypotenuse. So opposite what we are having? 3. 3 by hypotenuse means what we are having? 5. This is sin theta value. Not only theta value, complete sin theta is equal to 3 by 5. Complete sin theta we have tried as 3 by 5 over here. Okay. Now similarly, cos theta is equals to adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent means what we can write over here? 4 by 5. Okay, 4 by 5 we have taken. Sin theta value, cos theta value is completed. Now let us find out over here. Now fx means we are taking it as, listen carefully, fx, it is equals to f cos theta. We have taken this one, f cos theta we have taken. So it is equals to, what is f value we are having? 100. So 100 into, what is cos theta value? 4 by 5. Okay, 4 by 5 we have taken this one. Now if you are cancelling this, 5 ones are, this is 5 twos are 0. It is equals to 20 into 4, it is equals to 80. Okay, we are having 80 and units is what? Newtons. Fx value is equals to 80 newtons we are getting over here. Okay, but in this also we are having 80, in this also we are having 80. So compulsory we have to find out the fy value also. So fy is equals to what we are taking now? F sin theta. If you are taking f sin theta now what we are getting, it is equals to, f means we are having it as 100 into sin theta means we are having it as what? 3 by 5. So if you are taking 3 by 5 over here, 3 by 5 means 5 ones are and this is 5 20s are. So it is equals to 20 into 3 will become what? 60 newtons. Okay. So what we are getting the answer over here, fx value is equals to 80 newtons and fy value is equals to 60 newtons. Okay. So which option will be correct now? First option, 80 newtons and 60 newtons. Option 1 is correct.
So thank you very much guys for watching this video till the end. Definitely this video has been improvised your subject knowledge and definitely given you an idea about how the previous Ecet examination question is getting up here. Again one more time guys, ee video ni meeru nachite kachithanga like cheyandi, share cheyandi, subscribe cheyandi and press the bell icon to be notified for the further more updates guys. Admissions అనేది ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయినాయి. ఈసెట్ 2024, ఈసెట్ 2025, ఈసెట్ 2026 ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళకి, సెకండ్ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళకి, థర్డ్ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళకి ఆల్రెడీ ఈసెట్ కోచింగ్ అనేది ఆన్లైన్ కోచింగ్ అండ్ ఆఫ్లైన్ కోచింగ్ new batches is going to be started guys. So my dear students, what are you waiting for? Download the app saimedha.in. మీకు ఏ డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా సరే మన స్క్రోలింగ్ లో ఉన్న మొబైల్ నంబర్స్ కి కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి. Join now in Saimedha Koti Hyderabad. Thank you very much. This is Mohammad Inzamam signing off.